welcome back to Music Scrap, the Musical Scrapper. I'm sorry the part 1 sharing the 4x4s stopped so quickly there, but we ran off to Dee Dee's because Miss Anita K was visiting her for a little while. So, Kathy, what's a 4x4 swap? Well, basically what it is the swap where each person in the swap makes a little 4x4 page and shares. In ours, our theme was to share something about like ourselves, how much or how little we wanted to share, to kind of introduce ourselves to each other. It was kind of when we were just about a year into following each other around Ustream and wanted to get to know each other a little bit better. So some people shared a whole bunch about themselves, some people shared just a little bit, but the page was decorated in like your type of style of art that you liked to do or whatever. So yeah, and then you send out one of those pages to each person. So yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Carol, can you tweet that link please so that I don't forget? Okay. All right, so Miss Mindy sent me a yummy package. It was waiting for me when I got home from Mom's. So she sent me some coloring pages from some crazy sweater, Christmas sweater coloring pages. Oh, not you, a gorgeous one. From a fashion one, obviously. And then there's this one. This looks like from that Fanciful Faces one. Thanks, Carol. Oh, and she stamped off some of the crazy birds for me. Those are so cute. I may have to end up getting that. Oh, and she put in some bleeding art tissue because I don't have any bleeding art tissue. So she sent me some of that in colors. So, ooh, that's going to be fun to do. That's going to be fun to play with. Thank you so much, Mindy. Oh, and there's her little note to me. And she sent me some pages from a nice old hymnal. Music hymnal. Yummy. And some singing exercises. Celeris ardor, gregaris sol. Peretus marionette douche. Triple motet. Cool. Nice. Oh, look at that. Gregorian chant. Oh, hold on. Whoa, sorry, I forgot to turn off the... Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I apologize. I thought I had switched to the autofocus back off. One moment, please. Okay, there we go. I apologize for that. And now the brightness looks like it's not bright enough. There we go. That's better. Better for me. I don't know if it's better for you guys, but it looks better to me. Okay. Hey again, Janet. Of course, what's really funny is I thought all tissue paper would bleed when it's wet. But anyway. Oh, there goes the stupid phone. More political phone calls. The stupid... Oh. doing polls for who's your favorite person for Prime Minister. I'm thankful that the election is Monday. It shall soon be over. Thank gosh. Sacred music. Oh yeah. So real old-fashioned Gregorian chant. That's cool. And then some dictionary. And this dictionary paper is cool. Look, it's, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like pretty translucent. It's almost like tissue. It's so thin. That's going to be really fun to work with. That must be a pretty old dictionary. And she sent me a map. Kentucky. And that's not Kentucky. Maine. Oh, cool. See, here's Maine. Here's Bangor. Let's see, where's Calais? Calais must be right here. Bangor, this is New Brunswick right here. See, this is Bangor, this is Maine, this is New Brunswick. So I live right over here, about 3 hours. 3 hours that way. Louisiana. Cool. All right, nice. Thank you so much. And a cool, the New York Times Late City Edition, September 4th, 19 something. I can't read it. Where's my, let's see. Oh. Copyright 1939. September 4th, 1939. Cool. How cool is that? British liner Athena torpedoed, sunk. Wow. But this paper's not from 1939, so this must be like a reprint of the paper. Oh yeah, see, it's headlines. It's all headlines. Oh, that's cool. This is cool, Mindy. Was this from, must have been from a book. Oh, Carol Renee, it is the best app. It is amazing. It's called Maglite. And it will, if you're trying to see and it's a dark area, it'll use the light of your phone also. It's called Maglite. There's what the icon looks like. See, it looks like a magnifying glass. It's called Maglite. Right there. It's free. You get a little ad that pops up sometimes, every now and then, but no big deal. You just exit out. It's just a picture. It's not an actual ad. Oh, so this is like headlines from the New York Times. How cool is that? India orders ceasefire on both fronts after Pakistani surrender. Wow. That's really cool. I love that. I may have to go through and read that before I use it. For sure, Mindy. Oh, are you kidding? I love it. I love it all. When I went home, I took home my coloring books and my Prismas, and when I was packing, I was like, I knew Till liked to color, so I thought, whenever he sees my coloring book pages and my Prismas, he's going to want to color with me. And he's going to want to use Aunt Jean's pencils. So I brought home my woodless pencil crayons. That they're not cheap, but they're cheaper than my Prismas. And so I brought those home for him to use, so that they were still special, but not my good ones. And I took home some printed copies of Mandela's and stuff for him to color. He did amazingly well, man, on the little wee intricate parts of the mandalas and stuff, coloring them in, staining the lines and choosing colors. Wow, he did amazingly well, especially for a 4-year-old, but not just a 4-year-old, but a 4-year-old boy. Boys tend to have a little more trouble with their fine motor skills in coloring than girls do. So, anyway, so a friend of mine, I went to my massage therapy on Thursday when I got home, and my massage therapist does some art and quilting and knitting and stuff too. And her sister does a lot of cross stitch and belongs to a cross stitch club up here in Moncton, and does competitions and stuff, and goes to their conventions, yearly conventions and stuff. Anyway, I told her at one point, she said, we're clearing out the house. What do you want me to keep an eye out for? I said, well, one thing I really want is atlases or maps, because, you know, I don't have a lot of... So her dad was clearing through his stuff, and he very kindly donated to me his map of Wyoming, because they just went through Wyoming and Colorado and all that stuff, and he got 2 of these maps. So he very nicely donated one of them to me. I should have had him collect the map from everywhere he went, but anyway, never thought of that beforehand. They actually went to Saskatchewan for a wedding, but took some detours down through Wyoming and Montana and down to Colorado. And then he also gave me, I guess he finally decided that if he continued following the 1991 road atlas, that he would get lost. So look at this. The United States, Canada, Mexico, in other words, North America, hello, road atlas. But it's from 1991, so he finally gave it up. It's well loved and used. It has highlights in it, you know, and stuff like that. But how cool. Look at the size of this thing. It's huge. It is 11 by, I'd say 15, I guess. Good guess, Jean. It's 11 by 15. Gusha is the standard of excellence for the traveler who expects the best. That's the company, I guess, who printed this atlas, Eileen. 60,000 locations indexed. Same page index, mileage. Of course, anything this old, the roads are not necessarily going to be... Oh, what's this he's got in here? Oh, major roads in Quebec. Don't like Quebec, but whatever. I have a very big dislike for Quebec. I love Quebec City. How nice is that? Very cool. So that is excellent. So that was another gifty I got today. All right, I'm just going to chuck this. Excuse me if it makes a lot of noise, but I'm going to throw it across my room and get it later because I have no room anywhere near me. And that's how my room gets to be such a mess. Okay, so it's time, I guess, to start something. To start something. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna. Oh no, that was my thing of stencils. Trying to keep everything within a hand's reach here, and it's, you know, not always easy. It's my stencils. Get my paints over here. A little, oh, wrong way. Hold on. Okay. Okie dokie. Got my bin here that has my texture stuff. All right. Whoa. My Gelli Plate. Put the round ones up there. Don't know if I'm going to use those or not. Just a moment, please. I have to take my sweater off. I did. Yes, Lynn, my fur babies are friends. Paws came out after 5.5 hours of snubbing me. She actually came out, I decided to finish off a bag of chips I had on the bus. And whenever she heard the bag of the potato chips crumpling, she came running and jumped right up on my knee. Probably thinking I had dip with the chips. Okay, so all right, I think before I get this out, I really need to make sure that I wipe off, because I didn't wipe it off. I don't want to get any marks on my... Just in case there's bits and pieces of something on there. Like salt. Dirty, dirty, dirty. All right. Okay. All right, so this is my 12 by 14 Gelli Plate with crusty bits already installed because I don't clean it ever, hardly ever. There. Not very straight. Just a moment. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, is that right? Loves goldfish. Okay, so. Alright. Now, let's see what I've got here to work with. I have a couple of stencils that I haven't used yet, so I want to break them in today. I've got a pile here beside me already that's just gonna go crashing down anytime, I'm sure. So these were ones I bought just before I went away. They came in about a week before I went away. So these two are Prima ones, cobblestone and rock. And then there's this one, which is cool. And then there's this one, which is French script, calligraphy script. So I'm going to use these today. Nice to see you. Okay. All right. What color shall I start with? That is the question. Let's see. Seems I have some bubbles underneath this, but it won't affect my top, I guess. Oh, you got your patty stencils? Mine should be here sometime this week. They don't usually take... I got word that they left New Hampshire, so... Okay, I think I'm going to try my dilutions today on black cardstock on my Gelli Plate. So let's see how well these work. Alright, so I'm going to start with my teal, vibrant turquoise, my cut grass, and my lemon zest. Okay, so these are my dilutions paints that I transferred very easily to empty 2-ounce bottles that I bought at Michael's. Love them this way. So let's do, I think I'll start with this one. All right, so first I want to, whoops. So I first want to do a black ground. So I think I'm going to use the green and the yellow for background. I'm going to use black. Oh, I'm using green. I'm using green. I've got green out, don't you worry. I'm all about green. Okay, I didn't need that much. This is my first time using the dilutions on my Gelli Plate, so it shall be interesting. All right, so I always like to do like a solid layer on the back with a little texture. So I'm going to use this piece of lace that I have and put a little texture in it. And I'm going to use, I just want to see how they look different, so I'm going to put a piece of cream here. And then I'll use some deli paper to get the edges here. Okay, so there's on the cream, and there's on the black. Very cool. Neat. Now I'll try and pick up the rest. See if I get the ghost print with my deli paper. $12 by 14. 12 by 14. That way you get edge to edge on the 11 by 8.5 by 11, and you can also use 12 by 12 on it to make scrapbooking papers and stuff. But these cut up nicely for like Project Life type of pages. There's the ghost print. I was too slow. I would have got more of a ghost print if I hadn't been quite so slow on the first layer. Okay. All right, so now I want to make sure these dry. I like to do one page at a time as I go. I know a lot of people will do first layers, and like do another first layer as the first layer dries, but I like to do one kind of complete one background at a time. That's just my style. Heat gun. And no, I'm not shining it on the paper, so you don't have to worry. Or I mean on the Gelli Plate, just on my page. So you can see that it works well on the black, but definite difference in the brightness. Okay, so you can see the difference in the color intensity. Uh-oh, what did I miss Lynn saying? Oh, actually, no, that was Dee Dee saying because of Ketsia. Ketsia, when she used to be at streams and she'd like get lost and she'd like miss something that happened, and Dee Dee be like, Ketsia, stay with the tour, stay with the tour. So that was all because of Ketsia. So now my next layer is going to be the vibrant turquoise. Actually, and I think I'm going to use vibrant turquoise and London blue, both, for this next layer. And I think I'm gonna use not quite as much. Oh, wait, now I need one more dab up here of this color. Hello. Trying to squeeze, but I don't want too big a drop, so I'm like, okay. Oh, how pretty is that? I don't want to mix this layer too much, so I want the colors to stay somewhat independent, but yet blended. And put this on. What I'm going to do is put this way. No, I want it this way. Yes, I guess I'll do it this way. Okay, I have to do it like this because I don't want to get, I have to get it through the stencil, so I have to get the paper pushed really well here. Woof. moved on me, so dang it all. Here we go. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. And let's see if we have any leftover coming up on this. So it comes up through much better on deli paper. It's easier to get that deli paper to squish down. Thank you. Okay, and let's get some of this up on this paper. That's cool. That turned out cool. Now that'll be a nice layer on a page. Okay, so now I'm gonna need some papers here. Because I've got tons of paint left here on this. This can go down on top like this while I rub. See what I get as a ghost print here. Hey, Annabelle! Get as much off as I can of the paint. Oh no! Ah! Dirty hands. Whoa! I don't know if I missed anyone else coming in. If I did, sorry, I wasn't watching chat while I was trying to get my prints pulled up here. I've got the Band-Aid on my third finger because of my crocheting. I was getting a good blister there. I've never tried the fluid acrylics, Carol, on the Gelli Plate. I've only ever tried, these are about as fluid as I've ever tried in craft paint. Like, I've never tried the fluid acrylics. They all work nicely. Oh, look at that. Look how cool that is. That would be like a very cool underwater. Oh, I love that. Love it. Love that. Look. Hey, Ash. Oh, okay. This page is going to look awesome too. Oh, no, it doesn't have any color underneath. See, it looks so much cooler with the green underneath. Look. I mean, that's still pretty, but that is so cool with the green and yellow underneath. How cool is that? I may have to do like another one of that. All right, so now I do like it better on the cream cardstock than the black. There's what the black one looks like so far. It's kind of neat. Oh, it looks much brighter for you guys than me. It's not nearly that bright. It's much more dull. Aren't they cool, Eileen? It's a great stencil. Okay, I already forget what It's a TWC stencil by, I don't know, I can't even make out the artist's name. It's called Sea Bubbles. Kasia Pomamaretsky or something. Kasia Kremafiska. She's known as Checochina or Checo. Checo. She's from Poland. Huh. So that's who the stencil's by. No, I bought it. It was on sale. It was on sale at Joann's online a few weeks ago. So, and I saw it and I had to get it. So, yeah. I know. Very cool. So it's called Sea Bubbles by Crafters Workshop. Alright, so that's one of my newer stencils. I got that one nice and dirty, so that's good. Alright, so alright. So now I want to use this one. So let's see. So these are where you're going to add the black on top. So I have to put down a layer of colors first. So let's use, and I'm going to use my dilutions today just because I haven't used them a lot. So I'm going to use my red, my orange, and my yellow this time. So I'm going to use red, orange, and yellow. Okay. And let's get some papers ready. Got my papers ready. Got a couple pages ready to go. Then I'm going to want some texture. So I think I'll use this for texture. This is a hot silicone hot plate. I was thinking when I saw that she was from Poland. Yeah. Cool, Eileen. Excellent. I'll have to watch for her, see if she has a YouTube channel. Oh, it's a bit chilly here today. Oh, and it was once perfectly sunny with no clouds, and now it's overcast and starting to rain. Oh well. Life in the Maritimes. If you want different weather, blink. So I'm going to use 3 colors here. Going to be very bright, cheery cobblestones, I guess, huh? And a little texture. All right, let's add down my paper here. Oops. Got a wrinkle in my... Oh, what happened? Come on. There we go. Whoops. Right, so there's that one. Here's this one. You see a little pop of green coming up there. Maybe I should have done a cleanup print first, but oh well, that's all right. Thank you. Okay, got a little bit on this page left to fill right there. I've only done a couple of pulls, Lynn, so didn't miss too much. There we go, a little bit there. And there. All right, so now I'm going to turn these into cobblestones with a pop of black. So this is a Prima stencil, cobblestones by Finnabair, of course. One of Finnabair's stencils. Alright, so now I need some black. Or maybe I can use, oh yeah, I'm going to use my metallic black. Oh no, this is raw umber. I think I'll use raw umber. More of a brown, earthy color than black. That'll still give it some pop. Now I may have to work kind of fast on this one because I'm going to have to move the stencil. Uh-oh, got some color still on the brayer. Okay, so this is just the Artist Loft student brand acrylic. Really is easier to do some of these more intricate stencils on thinner paper because you have to get the paper down in through those marks, and I just didn't quite press hard enough on that last one to get a good, there, see, that worked better because I got my knuckles working there. All right, so now I'm going to take this cool. That reverse is cool. Got some nice cool cobblestones there with color peeking through. Let's see what we pull up here. I may have to do I think I'm going to have to do a cleanup print to get the rest of that raw umber pulled up. We'll see what I can get up. Yeah, may have to see what I can get as a cleanup print here. So let's find my white. So this is my white studio PBOs. And let's do a cleanup. I'll do the rest. I'll do one with this. And I'm going to do it kind of up that way, I think, maybe. See what we get. I think I put down too much. We'll see. Oh, what the heck is that? Something all over the place here. I don't know, paint or something. I don't know what it is. And I like to wait a couple of minutes to make sure it's nice and tacky. And put that right up to the edge. And then do this. I find that cleanups don't work as well on deli paper as they do on cardstock. So then you have to leave it a little longer than usual because you want that layer of white to dry onto the paper. As it dries onto the paper, it will also dry up the layers underneath and pull them up with it. It'll dry to the layers. The paint left on the plate. What, the teal or the blue? I love both, but yeah. Very pretty. That was the teal and the blue together, wasn't it? Yeah. Vibrant turquoise, I should say, not teal. She doesn't call it teal. Turquoise. So fun. Fun, fun. So this is a pull-up print. So I'm rubbing longer than usual. And it should pretty well. I want to make sure I get all that great stuff on the edge pulled up. I'm going to rub there. It's going to be a little muddy because there's, of course, the burnt umber to come up, but whatever. Ooh, good idea, Lynn. Nice. Oh, go for it, Carol. Go for it. Woohoo, Renee. Okay, so there's not too much color on this one down here. See if I can get this extra white pulled up, but if not, that doesn't matter. It'll come up with my next pull. Let's see what we get here. Oh, very cool. That's cool. See, it didn't pull up that along the edge. Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. I had too much paint up here. I had too much white, and that's why it didn't pull up. But that's okay. I just won't. Look at that. That's cool. Very neat for a background, right? Looks like old wood or old marble or stone. That's cool. Hey, Cheryl! Nice to see you, Cheryl, too. I'm out of coffee. Oh, no. Okay. Very cool. I like that. Very nice. Actually, you know what that would look great with? I'm going to dry this because I got a perfect idea. Oh! Oh, really, Sherry? Oh, no. Or is it just the pre-show? Gosh. I didn't see you, Sherry. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I want to take what did they do with the stencil? Oh, there it is. I want to take the stencil. I'm going to use this side because this is the side that the paint was on. And I'm going to take... Alright, first of all, I'm just going to put this underneath it so I don't mess up the... Okay, so... And... I'm going to take a sponge and some burnt umber. Uh-oh, it moved on me. Dang it. See, I'm the worst stenciler ever. Actually, I should be putting it on here, not on my Gelli plate. Come on. There we go. Okay, this does not work. Those do not work great for stenciling. I have to get a... Sherry. Okay. Alright, those other sponges are too soft to stencil properly with. That was my problem. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is working better. this paint seems to be a little gooey too. Hey, Bunny! This stencil's by Prima Finibert, called Cobblestones. So that's what it looks like when you just stencil it. Let's turn it this way so it doesn't look so much like it's just repeating. I got some more paint here, so okay. There. Okie dokie. So there's some cobblestones. Ah. By the way, don't buy the toddler Huggies wipes because they are not interlocked, so they don't pop up and they're a real pain to work with. I need to clean my hands again. Thanks, Eileen. So, thank you, Cheryl. So, oh, I see Dee Dee coming in. I don't know if that means Anita and her hubby are gone. Okay, so now there's still, that's a smaller version of the stencil. No, it's not the same. It's different though. But it's a cobblestone one, but I'm not going to use that one right now. I want to do the script one. I'm going to have to clean this because maybe there's a fair amount of paint on that one. All right, so let's do something and put the script on it. So what color do I want to do? All right, I haven't used my purple yet. And I haven't used red or pink or light green. So I think I'm going to use, the bubblegum pink, post box red, and yellow on the background, and I think I do the script in purple on top. So that's the plan. I'm going to get a little bit of extra texture on this, but that's fine. All right, let's get this one out of the plastic. Hey, Dee Dee. So you got Anita K all fed and watered and headed off. So this is Americana Decor stencil. Americana Decor. And it's called Old French Script. It's a 12 by 12. So, never heard of oh, it's Deco Art. Sorry, it's by Deco Art, you guys. Okay. It's a Deco Art stencil. So in order for it to come right, I have to remember to put it down backwards. But background first. Oh, darn. I wish I must have a 12 by 12 white here somewhere. I must have a 12 by 12 white here somewhere. Oh, it doesn't look like I do. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's one. It's kind of all crinkled, but oh wait, what's in here? Oh, that's chipboard. Oh, there's one. Okay, I've got two. All right, I've got one that's all crinkled up, and I've got a second one, so that's good. All right. So I'm going to use 12 by 12 this time. All right, so let's do kind of an ombre. Oh, that's too much. All right, let's make sure the white's dry. That's on my... Yep. Oh, you never... Oh, that's great. Oh, you thought the deli paper was white paint still on the deli. No. No, Eileen, it wasn't. But I've got some nice white lines here that might turn out interesting. So here's the red. Of course, it's a little more translucent than one would think. Now, although I want the yellow to blend a little with the red, I don't want it to totally. I also want to have some yellow, which I'm not going to have much of because it just totally blended. Dang it. Everything's so close, I'm running into the bottles of paint with my brayer. Okay, so. All right. This should turn out interesting. And I just want a little texture on this. Wonder where my, oh, this will work. So this is some rubberized stuff that someone in Maryland brought. It just has little texture. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. You can see the shape that's on it. All right, here we go. White paper. I always like to have a kind of just textured solid background before I use the stencils. That's just my style. Nothing I do is anything you have to do. I've just discovered what I like on my pages, and I don't like a whole lot of white or cream to show up. If I use black, I don't mind so much having some of the paper show through, but I don't like a lot of white space. They think we're weird? Ha! Well, that's good. I'm glad. So that's cool. Oh, this is going to be cool. This is going to be cool paper. Just saying. It's going to be cool. Oh, yummo, look at that. A little white up there, but that's okay. You can see the white lines that were on left from the paper where I would lined up the papers before. We're safe? Okay. Okay. You can see I didn't get I had too much yellow, so it didn't get spread very well there. But that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to dry this a little because I want to put the script on it. What am I doing with the papers? They'll get cut up for journals or scrapbooking, for backgrounds for my scrapbook pages. Since I started Gelli Plating 2 years ago, I haven't used a whole lot of my pre-printed design paper that I bought. Not a lot of it. Yeah, Colleen lives outside London, Ontario, and they got 4 inches last night. We were supposed to get it today, but we're getting rain instead. Thank goodness. It's staying warmer. Not warm, but warmer. So, I could even picked up some metallics from way back when. You can see some gold metallic up there and some metallic. Look, some metallic down here. It pulled up some stuff. Oh, sorry, Cheryl. I use them for making journals or for backgrounds for scrapbooking. Okay. So, now, I definitely want black for this script. So, where did my black paint go? Oh no, I was going to do purple, wasn't I? I was going to do purple script. I forgot. Just a moment. I have some paint that's still wet up here that I have to pick up. Not much. Where to run into wet paint? Oh, it's down over the edge. Okay. It's down over the edge. I put so much white, it went right over the edge. Went right over the edge. Right, I was going to do purple script. I forgot. Purple. Oh gosh. Squirted out way too much on that one. All right. Oh, I thought it was way too much, but thank goodness it wasn't. Alrighty. It spreads really well. The Dilutions paint spreads extremely well on the Gelli Plate. Just saying. Just so you know, if you were wondering. Alright, so I have to put these down backwards. And oh shoot. Oh, and I better find another. I think I'll just put some of this here. Put this here. Whoops. Get this out of my way. Oh, it moved on me. Dang it. I told you, I'm bad with stencils, even on the Gelli Plate. So I added some purple there. Trying to make sure that the paper gets down in the words of the stencil. I'll hold it. Oh, that looks cool. Just have to get a little bit more here in the middle. Okay, it moved a little on me, but that's okay, because it's just a background, right? Here we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I know. See, I knew you would like this, Dee Dee. It's by Deco Art, and it's called Old French Script. You like that, Cheryl? Pretty cool, huh? So my deli papers, I just kind of add leftover stuff to them. Sometimes I use it, well, I haven't used very many of them. Sometimes they just end up getting thrown out. But I think these might get kept because they're kind of cool. All right, so now I'm going to need a couple of pages. Oh, I have one here for this leftover. So now on this one, it's going to be purple. And the script is going to stay white on the page. Thank you, guys. What do I do with my prints, Kathy? I make journals. I've made quite a few journals, but I use them for backgrounds for scrapbooking. Like the last couple of years, I've made scrapbooking pages for my nieces for Christmas. Like 2 years ago for Christmas, I made two of my nieces and my older sister 25 scrapbooking pages, 12 by 12s. And I used quite a few of my papers then. Okay, so there's leftover that I just stuck on there. And this should be good to pick up now. There we go, look at that. There we go. Get a little bubble texture in it. Oh! Crafty Lynch! Uh-oh. That was a bin. Fell off. Uh-oh. My cart. Now my... Oops! Dang it! That was my package for my Gelli Plate. Sorry about the Craftalanches. Yeah, I have some to scan actually too before I use. I have some really great ones that I have to scan. Okay, so I'm just going to put this, I think it's dried. I think I waited too long. I should have put it on the, it's hard to put them on the back though when you have ones like this that you want to get your paper right through because it doesn't work so well. But I think it's too dry. Oh, it came off a little bit. Oh, it's kind of interesting. He's got the shape of the words because I didn't go in on the words enough. Okay, so let me just try something here. It may have dried. Maybe that's why it didn't. But what was around the words didn't come off on that last one. Could be because it's dry. But maybe I just didn't go over the words enough. Yeah, I know. Okay, whatever. So that's kind of a cool stencil. So it's deco art. Okay. So, how's the game going, Sherry? Yeah, yes, Colleen did have a big Craftalanche the other night. Okay, so I like that. Very pretty. All right, let's see. What next? I have this cool stencil. With all these different dots. That'll make some great borders. Oh, you just ordered that French stencil, Cheryl? Haha! Oh, it hasn't started yet, Janice? Okay. Oh, B3, sorry. Okay, so let's see what's next. All right, I have a new, okay, so I need my dark green, my light green. All right, I'm gonna do something with my dark green, my light green, and my teal. Oh, I know. Okay, I know what I want to do. All right, I'm going to do it on black because I have an idea. So, I get a black piece. A couple of black pieces, I guess. All right, so this is Michael's 65-pound black that I'm using, not the 110-pound that I made my journal with. Oh, yeah, right, you guys, I forgot to show you. All right, I was going to share this, and I almost forgot. Dee Dee. It's not that bad. So this is my Black Dilutions journal that I made on my last Monday stream. Using some black chipboard for the covers and 110-pound black cardstock from Michael's and a very crooked stencil. Like I said, I'm not very good with stencils. And then leftover paint went there. And so then this was a Paula. I used my Delusion sprays to do a black gesso technique, a faux black gesso technique, I guess, because I didn't use any black gesso or paint. Hey, Jeannie, welcome back. Hey, Carrie. Woohoo. Didn't see Carrie coming either. And this, I was very happy with this. I just decided to do some Zentangling on my black cardstock with my white gel pen. And I used all C named Zentangles. That's what I did at Mom's. I did this and a little bit of coloring, but more than I usually do there, so thank you, B3. I don't like doing it as much as some people do because I'm like a perfectionist. I like everything to be like perfect, so I think that every one should look the same and be, anyway, but that's okay. I kind of did it. Oh, look, you can see the gel pen wasn't quite dry when I closed the book. Ah, it transferred over. So thanks, Dee Dee. All right, so yeah, Carrie, I just went online and opened that on my opened it from online, tanglepatterns.com. They have them all alphabetically ordered, so I just went into the letter C and did some tangling. So all right, so what I think I'm going to do is I had an idea a minute ago. It had to do with this. Did I take out the stencil? No, I didn't even take it out yet. Hold on. Oh, this one. Okay. Had to do with this Patty stencil. Okay, so, right. So I'm going to do a little bit of an ombre here with light green, darker green, and teal. Turn that over. Sorry, I try to move my bottles of paint out of the way so I don't keep running into them with my brayer. I guess the red was still a little wet on that. I should have wiped it off a little better, I guess. Take the dark green down into that. And then I'm going to do one upswing. Oh, shoot. It's not what I really meant to do. Oh, well. That's not what I wanted to do. But whatever. And I'm going to stick my bubbles one. Where's my bubble ones? I know this is going to be an ever favorite one of mine. I can tell already. That's going to be one of my favorite stencils ever. Alright, so I'm wanting to do this on black. Alright, so this one doesn't need as much extra work because it's got a lot of open space, but I do want to make sure. And you can tell that the paint is getting onto the cardstock because the cardstock is curling. That means it's getting wet. Alright, so let's pull this one up first. There we go. That's just so cool. That is just too cool. Now I'm going to put the leftover from the stencil on the other side here. Okay. So there's a nice kind of, ombre. I should have moved it up more to get more of the light green. Dang it. Oh, yeah. Bren sure does make it look easy. Hold on, I need a deli paper here. Because there's still quite a bit of paint left on there. Cool. See that? So deli paper makes some great, really, really great ghost prints. Oh, wait, hold on. I already got some of that on there, but I want to do that actually on a white piece, on an ivory piece, I should say. Where's my ivory cardstock? Where did you go? It's running away from me. Oh, look at those bubbles! Very cool. Alright, I've got some more to pick up down here. Have to be careful with these ones because these lines of plastic are pretty thin. Just in case there's any left. A little bit, not much. Some on this thicker part. I'll just put like that. Try and get it off by whatever means necessary. Alright, I have to eat very soon. So, very cool. All right, I'm just gonna see if anything will come off this at all. I don't think so. It still feels sticky, but it's not, probably not wet enough to transfer. Not really. Just a ghost shadow. Okay. You can see it's still picking up some of the red from the one down below and the one earlier. Okay. Thanks, Carol. Yeah, it's very few that I don't really like or use somehow. I don't know. It just made sense to me when I started jelly plating. The color combos, I figured out color combos from the color wheel. It just all made sense. Now I can't remember if I even showed you these black prints very well or not. Oh yes, I did. But look at that. It looks like a coral reef or something. Thanks, Carol, Renee. Okay, so now, yes, I was going to do, okay, I'm going to do a cleanup because I want to do one of my multi-layer ones before I go and eat. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm going to do one of my multi-layer ones before I go and eat. So, let me see. I have to see if I have my thing though first. I have to see if I have a piece of my stuff that I use. Let me see here. I should have one. I think so. So, instead of using, you can use tape for this, packing tape. But I have these. I have 2 left. Self-adhesive laminating sheets. You get 3 of them for $2 at Dollarama. So what they're for is they're for certificates, right? For laminating certificates or anything that's 8.5 by 11. So what you get is, instead of using this self-laminating part, the sticky part for laminating, I'm going to use it on my jelly plate to pull a print. But it also means that you get, so I just peel off the acetate. So now I have this acetate that I can use on cards or windows or whatever. So I just stick that back in here and I can use that at a later time for card windows or whatever. Yes, Carrie. Carrie has great jelly prints as well. And I'm going to do a water one. And I want to use my PBOs. So I'm going to use my blue-green and my green-blue. And I think just a little bit of the darker blue. Actually, no, I'm not going to use the green-blue. I'm going to use the blue-green. I'm going to use blue-green and just a few spots of the dark blue for my background. So I'm going to put a layer of this on and let it dry. Oops, I think that's probably more than enough. All right. I was going to say, who stole my prayer? So with this, you're doing backwards from normal jelly prints. Whatever's going to be the background, you put on first, and you build to the to the top layer. So you start on the background. So this blue I want to be my very background. All right. And now I want it to dry. So I'm kind of building a scene here. So I'm going to use my turquoise and teal, I think, on the next layer. All right, where's my... Uh-oh, where's my hairdryer go? Oh, hairdryer. It doesn't appear to be where it's supposed to be, dang it all. Well, phooey. Where did it go? Can't be far. Oh, there it is. I see it. I see the wire. Follow the wire. Follow the wire. It just fell off. There we go. All right. Hairdryer with... Oh, must not be plugged in. 1 moment, please. Okay. Just a second. Unplug my iPad charger, plug in my hairdryer, if I can find the plugs. Alright, this is it. This week I am clearing my desk, all areas of my desk, not just where I use for streaming. There we go. Well, it's certainly going to dry by the time I get my hairdryer plugged in. So, you can't use your... Warning, warning, warning. You cannot use your heat gun on your Gelli Plate. Hairdryer with a cool button. Hairdryer! Is my poor finger sore from crocheting. This muscle right here in my elbow, I'm getting tennis elbow from crocheting. If that's possible, I'm getting tennis elbow from crocheting. No, it's not dry. Very funny, Eileen. I'll tell you, my cats eat 4 times more when I'm gone than when I'm home. Now, just like if you were going to do this on a canvas or a piece of paper, you have to dry each layer in between or it just mixes together. And as the wet layer goes on the dry layer and dries, it all becomes basically, by the time I pick it up, it's going to be all one layer. Kind of. All joined. Almost done. Now, for this next layer, okay, going back to my new favorite stencil, Sea Bubbles. I'm going to do it this way because it's still just, I'm worried that, okay, so I'm going to use some of the blue green, which is going to be almost a tone on tone, but you will notice a difference. And I'm going to use some Delusions turquoise and some Delusions dark blue. And I need a new sponge for each color. And my KFC palette plate. So this isn't all going to fit. My thing is only like 8.5 by 11. Well, actually, I think it's a little bit bigger than that. But I'm going to do the whole plate, and I'll pick the rest up as a pull-up print on a regular piece of paper, so you can see that you could also do this just if you don't, you can do it on regular paper as well. So this is just going to be like a kind of tone on tone sort of thing with the turquoise and the blue-green. I'm going to use mostly the blue, but I just wanted some subtle bubbles as well. Because I'm going to move it around. So I'm going to do almost a whole layer of these two colors that are almost exact. Oh Lord, there goes that same container again. I may as well just leave it on the floor until I'm done. Sliding off the top of my cart because there's something underneath it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. Oh, shoot. Oh, it's peeling off, but that's okay. I'll have to put some, I'm going to have to work a little faster. Let me see if it'll work this way. Just a moment. I'm going to take it and put it here and see if I can roll it on. See if brayering it on will work. Oh, no it won't. Dang it. Because it's just going on top. So let's just slide it like this. Well, Jean, that was pretty dumb. Try put some of this blue back into where it got pulled up by the stencil on the other layer. But any spots that are left can be filled in with mica. I've never had this happen before. I've never had the stencil pull up my paint before. It must not have been quite dry. All right, so now what I'm going to do in order to kind of fix up some of those areas, I'm going to take some of my green paint here. Actually, I'm going to add some more of the blue in there to the area. So I'm going to take some of my dark green, and I want to control it a little bit more. So I'm going to actually just paint it in, I think. Oh, that's not dark green, that's the light green. Where's the dark green? What do I do with my dark green? Oh no, that is the dark green. There's the light green. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to fill in some of these spots. And it'll kind of maybe look like seaweed growing up there. See, like that? That'll look a little bit like seaweed growing up along there. And pull it out maybe. Oh, AJ sure is talented. Goodness gracious. So I'm just going up along here, just trying to make it, just dabbing, kind of making it look like there's some seaweed growing here. And just to hide some of those spots that got picked up by the stencil. Because my first layer of paint wasn't as dry as it should have been. I just wasn't patient enough. It takes longer to dry on a Gelli plate than it does on paper, I find. I think I need to add a few more stems to this one too. Put out a little too much this time. Dang it. I'll have to use it somewhere. Doesn't look as good as Dee Dee's kelp that she drew the other day. But I never claimed to be able to draw. So, you know. just showing you that you can actually, you know, paint. Use this as a canvas and then pull. So it doesn't have to be just stencil stuff. You can draw. I am going to draw some fish on here, so as well, because I don't have any fish stencils. Need to fix this poor piece of seaweed. It's standing a little too straight. It wouldn't be that straight in water. Thanks, Dee Dee. I am pleased. I know, Eileen, I don't have one, but I am going to draw some fish. So, I guess I may as well just put it put it on here, since that's what I'm doing anyway. I better use well, those are my watercolor ones. I don't want to use those ones. Ugh, hold on. I need a nice round. Oh, fly! There's a stupid fly. He's come in from outside because it's so cold out there. I think there's a couple flies actually, but these are just cheap brushes that I have here. I only use cheap dollar store brushes because I'm very bad at taking care of them, so. All right. Oh, that's very hard. It has to be soaked. Dang it all. Ah, I can paint with a hard paintbrush. Just as easy as a soft one. I think it's dry. I better use my hair dryer for a second though, because I do not want this blue, and I do not want the blue to mix with the orange, because I will definitely get mud. That's all I mean. I was like, where the heck? There it is. I was going to say, where the heck did I put my paintbrush? Yeah. Yeah, I draw a fish like a 4-year-old. Oh, his tail's a little bit big. Can't see what I'm doing. I don't know why I chose to put a fish way up here, but kind of thought he needed something. Needed one way up there, I thought. Hey, Colleen. Thank you, Colleen. All right, so I need some yellow. Hey, Cindy. Nice, thank you, Lisa. Or Lisa, Cindy. This is not a realistic rendering of any fish or undersea. Just let's make that very clear, please. Can make a really big one here. Nice big fish. Any score in the baseball game yet, Sherry? Or are you just not telling me because the Blue Jays are ahead? Of course, what am I talking about? I can put it on in the background and just on mute so I can check on the score. Silly Jean. That's a deformed fish. This poor fish. Of course, first I have to find my remote. There it is. And put it on mute.
We've been waiting a...
There we go. Commercial, of course. And so I need one more fish to make an odd number because there's 3 of each color, but that makes a total odd number. So let's do one that is odd man out. He is going to be yellow with orange stripes. Oh. Now I'm going to have to use that extra paint somewhere. And I'm going to need a little smidge of brown just to put an eye on each fish. Already losing a brush. And I am putting this brown on before it dries, but that's okay. No, I'm not going to try to put mouths on them because that's just not going to work. But I am going to put a little bit of shading down here. Use up some of this brown. Raw umber, I should say. Technically it's brown, but technically it apparently has a name. It's not brown, but raw umber. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, no, sorry if you came in later. I'm making a scene on my Gelli Plate, and then I'm going to pull it on to some. I am going to pull it on some sticky backed from a self-laminating thing that I got at the dollar store. It's for laminating certificates or whatever. That's kind of adding some cool dimension to the seaweed there. It's Just using some extra brown, but I may have to pull out some more of that raw umber to do this to the rest of the seaweed. Yay, Sherry! Woohoo! Come on, go Jays, go! Go Jays, go! Bottom of the third, woohoo! Was it a home run, Sherry, or? And 3 out, woohoo! Sorry guys for the Jays commentary in the background, but I gotta. Of course, while I'm adding this, the fish will start to dry. They'll take a while because I put the paint on pretty thick for the fish. Sure, now all the binding or whatever it is that's in the brush has come off, and now it's not stiff enough. It was too stiff earlier. All right, being a little too not generous with the little, need a little more raw umber. Is this looking okay to you guys? Of course, like, you're gonna tell me it doesn't anyway. I doubt it. So this is what I would call intentional jelly plating. Because I'm intentionally making a specific scene and not just randomly doing a mono print. Thank you. Mine, they don't suck on things, but they do knead. That's left over from them kneading their mom when they're drinking, when they're kittens, when they're nursing. That's what the kneading is from. It's a instinctual memory thing. I think maybe this one might work better now because that other one's gone too. Just trying to add a little dimension to the seaweed. All right, and those poor fishies are still not dry. Yes, it is, Dee Dee. Well, there's a couple. There's two go. There's three go. Four going one way. Five going. What? Yeah. Anyway, they're going the different ways. But yes, that's the poor guy. What? There, Carol. Now I still have to add some white. Of course, I'm going to have to choose what I'm going to pick up as my on the page because it's not going to pick up the whole thing, right? So I'm probably going to put it this way. Landscape. Almost dry. Actually, I think what I'm going to do... Oh, huh. Okay, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the extra paint that's on these fish. So it'll dry. Alright, so now I just have to add some white, and I want circles. Well, I don't want them that big. I have to find something in a decent size here. Everything I have is bigger than I want. Find a small circular item. Oh, well, maybe I might make some that size, but I definitely want some smaller ones. Oh, this will work. But I want it to be kind of random. All right, so maybe I think I'll put some, I think I'll use a sponge for the white for this. Okay, white. My white. There it is. No! That's a good idea, Dee Dee. But I have an idea for where I'm going to use this on a scrapbook page from a visit to the aquarium, and that white is picking up that pink, so I don't want that. I'm gonna clip this off and put some white down in another spot because I want white. I don't want white with some pink in it. There's purple on there, and that must be Delusion stuff because I think I'll just do it on paper here. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting some white Poor guy got it right in the mouth. Kalina. No, Eileen, you can't. Sorry. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I will not splatter. Alright, so now I'm gonna do some random. A little more bubbles here. Oh, no, I do still have some white paint. I thought it was all gone, but it's not. All right, and then I need I need some larger circles of white. So you need to spread this out, and then that's interesting. I need to put some black on as well, about this size. Okay, now I need some black. I never did find my black. Where are you? Is that it? No, that's not my black. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. This is actually a metallic black, but it will work just fine. So this is my top layer. Okay, I'm just going to fold this up like this so I can just still use it. Spread out my black. And going to use the same one as I used for the white. But I need to get a baby white out here. It is so much easier to use ones that will pop up. Staccato, yeah. All right, and some black. All right, and maybe just a few black small ones. Let's see what happens here. Don't know if I'll like this or not. Oh yeah, that works out well. These are my splatters, Eileen. And this, thank you, Zandra, for that cute little stamp that you gave me. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's put that back in my texture box so I know where it is next time I need it. All right, so I'm going to wash my hands out, or maybe wipe my fingers here a little bit while I wait for that to dry, and then I'll dry it totally. Now, everything, it has to be totally dry before you can pull it with your, whether you're using packing tape or something similar to what I'm using. It has to be completely dry. Anything that's not dry will not pull up on the sticky tape. Thank you, Janet. No pull yet, Dee Dee. It's all coming up at once. So I'm just waiting for this last layer of white and black circles to dry. I'm going to have to put on a new, may as well take off this Band-Aid. I'm going to have to put a new one on to crochet tonight. All right. All right, I need my hair dryer. Hair dryer. Oh, jeez. lack of patience can make me go awry because, I hate waiting for paint to dry. Alright, so now I'm going to take the piece, this is the piece of, I've got two sticking together here. This is the piece of acetate, so I'm going to kind of position it to see what's going to fit onto my, okay, so that's going to work well. So I'm going to do it right in this, so I'm going to do this corner in my plastic, on my pull. And then the rest I will pull later with paint afterwards as a regular kind of pull. All right, so where did my thing go? There it is. All right, so this is the, dang it. Sure where that green must have been on the stencil there or something. The good thing about these baby wipes compared to the baby wipes, because these are Huggies, but they're like toddler cleanup ones or something. But the nice thing about them is they do seem to have a lot more like soap in them or whatever. All right, so I want to have dry hands when I take this. So this is the sticky part of the self-laminating thing. So I'm going to peel this off. So that's the sticky part. And this part is sticky too. And I'm going to put this just a little bit off the edge because that bottom part's not as sticky. And I'm just going to line it up here and lay it down all in one row. All right, and so then I'm going to take something. This ruler has kind of a slanted side, so I'm just going to take my ruler and I'm just going to, it doesn't have a sharp edge. I'm doing it with the flat slanted side. You can use your bone folder. You want to make sure you get a really good press so that this all sticks to the plastic. Whether you're using tape or a big sheet like me, you want to get it all in one pull. So you want to make sure that it is nicely adhered. All right. Just make sure you don't use a sharp edge or you could poke your Gelli Plate. So now when I pull, there we go. Look at that. It's going to pull this whole thing off. See, my fish were still a little wee bit wet, so they didn't pull perfectly. But that's not too bad. See that? Now that and so what I would do, because I don't want it to be glossy, is I would put a layer of matte medium over it, and that'll take away some of the dullness. Now, I don't think I have any of my mica nearby. But what I will do, and I'll tweet it afterwards I do it. See how there's some... There, you can see better there. You can see there are some spaces that That stencil still took up that I didn't get filled in. Thanks, guys. So you can put a little mica powder, Lindy's Stamp Gang, or what's it called, Pearl X on the back, and it'll stick to anywhere where the sticky is still coming through, and it'll just add another little dimension to your layout. Thanks, Kathy. Oh, no, I probably did, Eileen. It'll take away the glossy finish. Sorry. All right, so now, in order to pull this, I'm going to pull it on a piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to use white paint. I'm going to use my thin layer of white paint. So this is going to come off. Oh, I can't. Can't do it that way because it's going to be backwards. Oh, Jean, you silly girl. All right, hold on. I need to pull up this white paint. What am I thinking? Jean, you silly girl. Jean, you silly girl. Hold on. I'm just going to wipe up this paint. And I'll have to dry it. Oh gosh, I didn't know I had another. Because it's got, I can't pull it like a regular cleanup pull because of course it's going to be backwards. Jean, you silly girl. I have to use clear, so I'll see if I have another piece and I'll just cut it in strips, that's all. There we go. All right, so now I just have to, oh, I wiped off all that poor fish. The fish came off. Oh, well. Yeah, packing tape, but my packing tape isn't right here, so I have another one of these. I'll just cut it in strips. That's all. See, this is for, if you weren't here when I showed this earlier, it's for laminating a picture or certificate, and you get 3 of them in a package for $2 at our Dollarama. So, and I'm left with the acetate that I can use on cards or whatever. Ugh. Still 1-0 Jays. Woohoo! Bottom of the 5th. All right, so I have to cut this. Dang it, and I started peeling it off already. And so now it's all wrinkled. Let's put it back down. As flat as I can. It's not going to go flat, but all right. So I need to trim a piece that is about that wide, and trim one that's about that wide, and then I'll get the rest off with what's left. Okay. Alright, so peeled paper off. Yeah, the same thing will work with packing tape. If you want to do a larger image like this, you just have to make sure you, and this is great to use for palettes, for palette paper. And since since the fish came off when I was taking off the white paint, I will use some mica, probably gold, to put those guys back on. So there's only about an inch there that I haven't gotten with these two pieces. So I just want to make sure. Yeah, the fish came off when I wiped off the white paint. They must not have been quite dry. But that's okay. I will use mica powder and it'll stick to the sticky. So I'll paint them back in with mica flakes. Oh, it's not working as well because I think that's the part that peeled up, I think, on me. I may have to use tape on that side. Okay. There, see, that guy must not have been quite dry either. Because he didn't peel up. That's okay. That still can be used as a decorative tape edge. Not quite sure why that bottom part, why it's not peeling up the way it should. Yeah, that one didn't work as well at all. I think that's the part of the, but it still will make a decorative piece. And I'll just leave this on my Gelli Plate for a cleanup print later. I will use them on, I will use these as decorative pieces on this I'm going to use on a piece of paper for a scrapbook layout for when Till went to the aquarium. So, so there's a really good spot here for a photo, and there's a place up here for a couple of photos. So for an aquarium visit. So that's what I'll do with that. Yeah, Dee Dee. And then you made the one step over error too. That's funny. So I really have to go eat, you guys. I'm starving. I just had a couple of boiled eggs for breakfast when I got up at noon. Well, lunch, I guess, really. So I need to go eat. Yes, I will be filling it in. I'll tweet a picture. My mica flakes are over in the closet. So I'll have to go get those. So I will tweet a picture once I fill them in. Okay? So if you watched the recording, I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much. And if you're watching live, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, exactly, Carol. The smaller strips can be in pockets of a pocket letter or whatever, yeah. So, well, thank you all. Need to stop the recording here.